Liberal Dan Radio presents
Fat Man Rant.
This week we had the hearing over whether or not Mifeprestone should be banned nationwide, and whether or not the people bringing it, the Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine, should be able to bring the suit in the first place as to whether or not they have standing, whether or not they have proved that there is some harm that they're going to get if this is allowed to happen. If people are allowed to receive Mifeprestone, the abortion pill, via the mail. And first and foremost, it's ridiculous. They should not have standing. It's ridiculous because they picked their jobs. They chose to be OBGYNs. They chose to be OBGYNs in hospitals. And still, there's a federal law out there that still says, regardless of all that they should be able to say, I can't perform this procedure because of my religion. Well, let me tell you something. If there is a patient in the emergency room who is dying or is in harm because there is an issue pertaining to whatever's going on, be it a bad reaction to an abortion pill, which has less bad reactions than Tylenol, but still, if it's happening in the emergency room and you're called upon to do your job, do your fucking job. It's your fucking job to do. You should do it. There should be no morality exception for that. Your morals shouldn't interfere with somebody having their lives saved. And look, I was raised Jewish. Saving a life is the most important thing one can do in the Jewish religion. I don't know why that changed for some Christians. I don't know why, on this Easter weekend, why Jesus dying and then being resurrected, dying for your sins and being resurrected, why that means that this is no longer something that is held in the Christian religion. It doesn't make any sense. But the idea that you should be able to say, no, I'm not going to go save this person's life just because they happen to be dealing with a problem because of Mifeprestone or some other abortion-causing pill? No. And some of these people don't want to perform these procedures on people where they didn't take a pill. And it's against their religion to do abortions in any case, even if it's just a miscarriage that hasn't completed yet. It's against their religion. Then get out of your fucking position where you are. Go set up shop outside the hospital in your own office, be an OBGYN there, and let that be the end of it. You made the choice to go work at a hospital. You should have to deal with that. Other people shouldn't have to deal with that. You should not be taking up space. Somebody else should be in that position to be able to help save that person's life. If you're not going to do it, you have no business being in that hospital. Period. End of story. Now, the odds of this happening to these people, this very small, minute amount of doctors that are being represented by the Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine, the odds are so minute. And fortunately, it seemed that a majority of the court understands that, and it looks like they're probably gonna rule that there's no standing. And so therefore, Mifeprestone will be allowed. But this is just the conservatives, I think, throwing spaghetti at the wall. They're trying to see what arguments the conservative justices like and don't like, and then they can bring another case that's, better suited, maybe with a better attorney other than Aaron Hawley. Because, as I said before on my podcast, you should have known that she would be a bad choice because you already showed error in judgment in her choice of husband. But the other thing I have to say is this, is I've not heard this talked about in any part of any of the media. And if you've heard about it, comment below, because I'd love to see it, because I haven't heard it. Nobody's talking about this that I've seen. Dobbs v. Jackson specifically states that because abortion's not mentioned in the Constitution, the federal government has no authority to deal with it, and it's a states-only issue. If Dobbs v. Jackson makes abortion a states-only issue, and therefore it's not something that's a federal issue, then any part of the Comstock Act that has to do with abortions should be unconstitutional as well. In fact, whatever Donald Trump is wanting to do with a 15-week abortion ban, that should also be unconstitutional. Because if the federal government can't say you can have a right to an abortion because abortion is not listed in the Constitution according to the horrible ruling written by Alito, but if that's the current judicial precedent in this land, that the federal government lacks the constitutional authority to act on abortion when it comes to protecting abortion rights, then it should lack the constitutional authority to act on abortion in any way, shape, or form. So the Comstock Act provisions on abortion should be unconstitutional, and any attempt by Donald Trump or any Republican Congress to try and criminalize abortion nationwide should also be considered unconstitutional because of Dobbs v. Jackson. So, again, have you heard this before? Let me know, because I haven't seen it, and I think they're really missing the boat here. But what do you think? Comment below, agree or disagree, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and have a good day.